see if that is working. It appears to be working. Hooray. Okay. Let's see if anyone shows up. And if not, then I'll just play some cool spooky games on my own. Anyway, good evening, everyone. Happy Halloween. Starting later than my usual time because I just watched a scary movie. It was Get Out, and it ruled. Been long overdue to watch that one. And it was worth the wait. Holy shit. And yeah, as I was sort of waffling about doing last week, I'm going to do some spooky games tonight. Just a few. These are games that I've just kind of had sitting in my Steam library for a while and have not gotten around to playing. And they're pretty short, so I should be able to do maybe 2 or 3 of them tonight. We'll see. We'll see how long I feel like streaming. But I got a couple lined up. And we're going to start with The Terrible Old Man, which is a game by Cloak and Dagger Games, which is the same studio who made the wonderful game that I streamed last year, The Excavation of Hobbs Barrow. They also did a football game, which I also did streamed as a Halloween game. I think the year before that. This is one of their earlier ones, I believe, so it may be a little rougher than we're used to, but, you know, that's fine. Let's give it a look. Wow. Oh, yes. Hey, GreyBlue92, thank you for the follow, and hello, Makafort, welcome. Spooky Stream! Yes, I am in full goth mode tonight, as you may be able to tell. I'm your big titty goth girlfriend. I actually went to the trouble of putting on eye makeup and lipstick, which is something I never do, except on Halloween, apparently.
Looks good.
Thank you. I'm very bad at it, but I managed to make it work. Yeah. Right. So anyway, let's get going. The Terrible Old Man, which I understand is a Lovecraft story, not one I'm familiar with. I've not read this one. This is all new to me. So Angelo, when are we gonna blow this joint? I say we head out tomorrow. It's a few hours drive to Boston. How long we staying there for? Oh, I'd say just a night. We gotta keep moving. And then we head back to Arkham? Look at these scrungly portraits. Love it. That's right. I've been talking to a guy up there who might be able to get us some action, you know? Say, speaking of action, look at that dame over there. She's got something going on, doesn't she? Incredible. Chonik, I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing that name. Why don't you get your pasty ass over there and give her your best line? Maybe I will, maybe I will. And get us some beers while you're at it. You've still got some cash from the old broad the other night. Yeah, I got a few bucks left. I don't have a dime. Hell, that woman was so old she couldn't even get out of the house to spend her godforsaken dollars. Better old Manuel here spends it on hooch than let it sit there gathering dust for another 2 years before she bites it. Damn right. Well then, get us some beers, boy. Here I go to get us some beers. Left click to interact, right click to observe. Move cursor to the top of the screen for inventory settings. Typical adventure game stuff. I am ready. What have I got? I got a cash and a car key. I've got a couple of bucks left. It's the key to our fine automobile. Spooky Strim. Manuel Silva. The man's built like a damn brick wall. A useful man to have around. Intimidation is his game. Angelo Ricci. He calls the shots in our little gang. The man's the size of a cockroach, but he's got a temper. Some fancy-looking curtains. Doesn't suit this dive bar one bit. They've tried to decorate this dump with some old prints. It's some news clippings about an incident at the local port. They're from a paper called the Kingsport Bugle. Just some old postal cards put in frames. Okay. The picture has a caption, a local Kingsport fisherman. There's nothing interesting here, just dusty pictures of local goons. That's one mighty fine-looking broad. What she's doing in this pit of a town, I do not know. This guy looks like my cousin Peter, but cousin Peter, he ain't. Some local goon. I guess this might be the owner of this here establishment. He's been giving us the look over since we walked in the door. They got a decent selection here. Some good hooch. Hey, Manuel. Yeah? What do you think of Kingsport? Dan Van Dam! Thank you for the raid, wham blam. Welcome, folks. Happy Halloween. It's too close to the sea for my taste. Gulls fouling up my jacket. I do not want this. What else should we do tonight? Let's see where the evening takes us. If I had some dough left, I feel we could paint the town, Chanek. I can't help but feel we went a bit far the last few nights. I pissed away $100. You guys need to be more careful. Invest your money. Buy suits. And a little hat, too. Hey, you stop ragging on my hat, okay? This is a finely crafted piece made by the best hat shop in all of Boston. Good one, Chanek. Get him talking about his hat again. I'll screw the both of you. I'm doing pretty good tonight. How are you? I just watched the movie Get Out, and it was really, really good. And I had to take a few minutes to process and get myself in a streaming headspace. And now I'm sitting here eating candy corn. Because I'm one of those freaks of nature who actually likes candy corn. You're looking forward to Boston? It'll be nice to have a rest before we go on to Innsmouth. I agree. Later. Yeah. That's right. Candy corn is good. Actually, what I should have done before I started streaming was get myself some water. So I'm going to do that real quick. I failed to prepare adequately. I'll be right back. Alright. I'm going to ruin my lipstick by drinking water. But that's okay, because you've seen it now. You get the idea. Okay. Alright. We talked to Silva. Let's talk to Ricci. Ricci? Go get the goddamn beers, Chanek. Say there, miss. Can I have a word with you? Leave me alone, greaseball. Hey, no need for that kind of language, lady. I'm merely trying to conversate. Go conversate elsewhere, maybe to your mother. Ha! Struck out again, Chanek. Suit yourself. Come on, sweet cheeks, let me buy you a drink. Get lost. Sweet cheeks! You crack me up, Chanek. Someone please correct me if I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Can I take any of these pictures? Probably not. I don't want to look outside. I don't want to endure small talk with the locals of this port. 3 beers over here. Where are you guys from? Boston? Innsmouth? None of your goddamn business. Just give me some beers. Hey, this is my bar. You watch your manners, stranger. Folk are nice here in Kingsport. We look after each other. 3 beers. Please? That'll be $2, my foreign friend. I gotta give him some cash. $2 right here. 3 beers coming up. Gosh darn it, the barrel is dry. I'm gonna have to go roll up a new one. Sit tight. Dick eaten his dinner yet? I swear, we sat a whole chocolate cake in front of his face and he didn't so much as blink. The boy's been affected. Look at that guy's eyes. Holy shit. You're taking him to Doc Reeves? He'll get to the bottom of it. Well, he's only been acting strange since his run-in with that old fellow the other night. I shouldn't let the boy out so late. What happened? You know that very old man, a former sea captain of some sort? You see him around town. Pays for his groceries in golden doubloons. I've heard about him, yeah. Feeble and ancient. I heard he talks to bottles he has lined up on a table inside his house. Calls them names like Spanish Joe and Mate Ellis. It's as if he's speaking to his old crew. Yeah, a most peculiar chap. Best avoid it, I think. No need to upset such folk. Something you need to teach Dickie. A bit of respect. So what happened was Dickie threw a stone at his window, you see. And the old man caught him in the act. Gave him good talking to, I bet. Dickie won't talk about what exactly happened. Oh dear. He's a stupid boy. You go around throwing stones through old folks' windows, and well, they aren't going to be happy, no matter how feeble they are. I've told him he's not leaving the house for a month, apart from going to his lessons. He must be quite a scary sight for a young lad to face. Fancy that, using gold coins for currency. The man must be sitting on a fortune. Tell me about it. I heard he captained clipper ships in the East uncountable years back and brought back untold treasures. Sorry about the wait. Here's your beers. Thanks. Boys, you're not going to believe it. You got a date with that broad? He wishes. I think we got ourselves a job tonight. We'll spit it out, then. I heard those 2 chaps speaking about a crazy old man who lives in town. So rich he pays for things with gold doubloons. Heck! Gold doubloons? Hi, March. Yeah, he's got a room in his house where he stands there talking to bottles. A rich and senile old fart. Haha, this sounds like a cinch. Let's get in there tonight and see what he's got on offer. Oh boy, this should be fun. Where's the old man's house, then? I don't know, they didn't say. Find out, Chanek, find out, and we may find riches tonight. I'm already dreaming of spending gold doubloons, Chanek. What are you going to buy, Manuel? A dog. One of the real fancy ones. Gonna name him Jackson. Aw. What's a fancy dog? How do you define a fancy dog? You got the address yet? I'm working on it. Kingsport's finest cheap booze. I got a job to do first. What can you tell me about those two guys at the bar? Hey, we're right here. Mind your own business, stranger. What he said. What can you tell me about that broad over there? Also, Voodoo. She's in here working all the time. Doesn't look like she's up to much. What's her line of work? Why don't you ask her yourself? Do you know about a rich old man who lives in town? Can't say I do. You must. I don't gossip about locals, sir. This is a respectable town. Pah. Later. Let me know when you want those drinks refilled. He's gonna kick our asses out the door if I start helping myself, as much as I'd like to. Say, fellas, what was that you guys were saying about an old man around these parts? What's it to you, stranger? Oh, I just overheard your story. He sounds like a character. Indeed he is. Shuffles about with his cane dropping gold all over the show. And what else do you know about him? You're asking a lot of questions, stranger. Yes, leave us be. I only asked one question. You said something about bottles? Sometimes people see him through his window with a lineup of curious bottles sitting on a table. Each bottle has some sort of object inside. Pendulums, some say. And he's been seen to chat to them, waving his arms about. I'm afraid the old chap has lost his mind. Too much time at sea. He was a sea captain? Yes, though back in the time nobody remembers. Rumor has it he spent decades in the Far East. Some say he talks to the bottles as if they were his crew members. You guys from Kingsport? Born and bred. Me too. Where are you from? Oh, a suburb of Boston. City boy, eh? A cosmopolitan type. Yeah, you could say that. Where does the old man live? This house is along the coast. A crumbling ancient pile it is, too. One of the oldest houses in Kingsport, I'd venture. Well, what's the address? Oh, you're thinking of visiting him, are you? Why on earth would you want to see him for? A treasure hunter, are you? No. Good. The last thing we need in this town is outsiders bringing their wayward criminal ways with them. So why do you want to know his address? Why should we trust you, outsiders? We wish to interview him for the local paper. Oh yes, what's the name of the local paper then? Shit. Oh, actually, I know that. The Kingsport Bugle. Ha! That all right hasn't been printed for years. Double shit. Lies, lies, and more lies. Dang it. Okay. Not you again. I'm busy. Yeah, what you working on? Apart from looking pretty. Well, I might not look busy, but my job requires a lot of thinking. Yeah? What is your vocation? I'm a journalist. Whoa, a big shot. Why am I talking to you? Say, you write for the paper? Yes, the Kingsport Daily Star. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Now get lost before I write an article about outsiders pestering local women in bars. Okay, put your knickers back on, lady. I might leave the broad be. I don't want to get slapped tonight. My cheeks are still stinging from last night. Hello again. Oh, I suppose you still want his address. How do we know we can trust you, outsider? Like I said, local paper. Kingsport Daily Star. I got mixed up before. We are from the Kingsport Daily Star. Nonsense. It's the truth. We're journalists from Boston. We do freelance work. It sounds like the old man could give us a great story. Imagine the tales he must have. Tales of exploration, treasure, and chivalry. You know what? Go ahead. I don't really believe you, but this is getting annoying now. The old man lives up on Water Street. His property backs onto Ship Street near the shore. Outside his home are curious foreign standing stones, an unmistakable sight. Thanks, I appreciate it. Woohoo! I've got what I need. We should get out of here now. I should have gone through some of the other conversation options. Fellas, I got the address. Good work, Channy boy. Where is it? Back entrance is on Ship Street by the harbor. Hey, we passed that street on the way here. It's just a few blocks away. Let's go, boys. There's treasure to be had. He says loudly so that everyone at the bar can hear him. Alright, we're here. What's the plan, boss? Silva, you and I will go in through this here gate. Chanak, you stay on watch. Okay. Before we do anything, though, looks like there's a light on up there. Chanak, can you have a better look? We gotta make sure he ain't watching us. We didn't pay a dime for this classy ride. Some old cadre back up in Arkham is probably still cursing after swiping it. It's not time to go yet. The streetlight is lighting us up to the whole goddamn world. We should move quickly tonight. Well, we could try climbing over using that street pole, but the gate seems a more conventional choice. He's got a bunch of weird standing stones in his garden. The patterns are not like anything I've ever seen. Maybe they're from overseas someplace. The old man's house looks ancient. We don't have houses like that where I come from, that is for sure. I bet it smells in there. Musty old rotten socks or some such. The stones are on the other side of this wall. I ain't going in there. That's an old-looking gate. I'm not messing with the gate until we're set to go. I can't see what's in the window. I got a spyglass someplace. It's too far away. I ain't climbing up there. What do you think of this place? Well, the house looks like it's seen better days. Hey, let's gab it. Get to work, Chanak. Where do you think those standing stones are from? Beats me. They give me the creeps. What do you want me to do? Can you get a closer look at that window? We need to double check what we're dealing with. The old man might have a shotgun fixed on us right now for all we know. Ooh. We got a leather box strapped onto the back of the ride. It's got a padlock and everything. The trunk is locked by a solitary padlock. And I happen to have a key. Doesn't fit. The key is just for the this key is just for the ignition. Aw, darn. It ain't time to leave. Who's got the key to the trunk? Say, Richie, you don't have the key for the trunk on you, do you? No, I don't. Don't tell me you've lost the goddamn key, Chanak. No, no. Do you have it? Do you have the key for the trunk? Oh, balls, I do. Here you go. Thanks. It's the key for the trunk. Open that shit up. Okay. A good robber always comes prepared. We've got a spyglass, a crowbar, and some masks. Sweet. Oh. What was that? I can see for miles with this thing. Not only do these improve the looks of Ricci and Silva, they also allow them to get away with some serious dough. I call her Nutcracker. What happens if I... I'm not giving that away. Oh. Why would I use that on the car? I'm not gonna stand out here with that thing on. See what the old man is doing first. You gotta check if the coast is clear first, Janek. I can't see what's in the window, but it looks like someone is in there. Using that on the stones is not productive. Oh, there he is. Talking to the bottles. He's in there. Silly old fool, looks like the easiest target we ever had. Good work, Janek. He really is talking to a bunch of old bottles. As long as we're quiet out here, he shouldn't notice us. He's engrossed in his queer little pursuits. Pathetic. You got our masks then? Here's the masks. Okay, get that gate open. Make all the noise. Damn it, the old thing is locked tight. Ha! We're in. Good work, Janek. Okay, Silva, let's go in. How are we gonna play it, boss? The old sea dog might not be too loquacious concerning his treasures. We may need to make him talk. That's if the gold is even hidden. If he is as senile as we suspect, he may have stacks of it piled up all around. Don't go too hard on the old goat. We'll do what we need to. The screams of an old man can be easily muffled. Silva, you've hit the nail on the head. Janek, wait for us in the car. We should be back in an hour at the most. Sounds like a plan, Ricci. Remember, be gentle. They will not be gentle. Hmm. 1 hour later. What the hell is taking them so long? What's happened? They better not have knocked the old fella off. I told them, I said don't go too hard on the old goat. Ah, here they come. Oh, hello.
Little things make considerable excitement in
What the
little
shit?
towns, which is the reason that Kingsport people talked all that spring and summer about the 3 unidentifiable bodies, horribly slashed as with many cutlasses, and horribly mangled as by the tread of many cruel boot heels, which the tide washed in. And some people even spoke of things as trivial as the deserted motor car found on Ship Street, or certain especially inhuman cries, probably of a stray animal or migratory bird, heard in the night by wakeful citizens. But in this idle village gossip, the terrible old man took no interest at all. He was by nature reserved, and when one is aged and feeble, one's reserve is doubly strong. Besides, so ancient a sea captain must have witnessed scores of things, much more stirring in the far-off days of his unremembered youth.
Yeah. No big deal. Well. Yeah, what are those things? Huh. Ugh. Well, that was cool. Short and sweet and spooky. A baleful eye. Okay. Well, I did say short. Is that all of the achievements, or I did? Yeah. Okay, that's all. There's 6 achievements, and that's all of them. Neat. Okay. Well. Next up, we have. Yeah. I didn't know how short it was going to be, but it was like half an hour. And I didn't go through like all of the possible dialogue options, so it could have been a little bit longer, I imagine. I could have spent a bit longer dicking around if I really wanted to. Right, well anyway, next up we have a game called Dinner with an Owl. This one, I have to have it in full screen. I haven't been able to find a way to play it in windowed mode, but I have 2 monitors, and it does... the capture seems to work fine, so hopefully this should be not a problem. Oh, or it can also just not... Hold on. Oh, there it goes. Oh, weird. Oh, this might not work, actually. Huh. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's a problem. Let me... Okay, give me a sec. Let me see if I can... Music is really good. Sorry, give me just a moment. Let me see if I can make this work. I set this up before stream, but then I didn't realize that it was gonna be weird with my cursor. If this doesn't end up working, I'll pick some. I'll end up playing a different game probably. Let's see. Will this work? Ooh, I think that's working. Oh, awesome. Okay, great. Yay.
Welcome, Mr. Webb. Mr. Brown is already awaiting you. You will find him in his office, down the hallway.
Thank you.
Have a pleasant stay, sir.
Okay. This one. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah. This one doesn't give me any. It's just like, here's your game.
He awaits you in his office.
I don't need an umbrella at the moment.
Whoa. Why? Why do we have a ghost receptionist? Oh,
Mr. Brown,
Nice to meet you, Mr. Webb.
but you...
Did you have a nice arrival?
Are you... okay?
I'm fine, thank you. You look hungry, though. Business can wait until tomorrow.
Well,
But before we eat, you have to meet the other guests.
guests?
I'd like to introduce you to Miss April Merritt. April, this is my business partner, Mr. Webb.
Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure. But don't you think it's quite odd that he's in...
This is her daughter, Josie.
Hello, sir.
And you already met my butler, Declan, over there.
Very well.
Guys! What's going on here?
Let's have dinner. Delicious. Isn't it, April?
Declan really surpassed himself. Yummy.
What do you think, Mr. Webb?
It's pretty good, indeed.
I'm glad to hear that. There's nothing better than a good dinner.
I'm more interested in why you are an...
So, everyone finished?
Yes, Mum.
I will guide Mr. Webb to his room then.
All right.
Should I stay here? With Mr. Brown?
I'll be right back, okay?
We'll see each other tomorrow. Just come to my office when you're ready. We've got a lot of work to do.
Your room is upstairs. Second door on the left.
this is like... This is like, the cat lady meets Rusty Lake.
So, now that we are alone, what the heck is wrong with Mr. Brown?
Psst. He might hear us.
Why shouldn't I speak out about what he is?
Because it's very dangerous to provoke him.
He doesn't seem to be aggressive.
But he has been in the past.
How long have you already been here?
I don't know exactly. Weeks. Maybe even months. He won't let us leave.
Oh boy.
And what do you think about Declan?
I don't know if we can trust him. Maybe you can find out.
Do you want to leave this place?
Of course I do.
Let's go then.
He is with Josie right now. And I won't leave without her.
Let's just go and get her. What could he do to stop us?
You underestimate him. Sometimes he lurks in the dark. Eavesdrops on our conversations. I think he even poisoned the tap water. The only way you could help us is to neutralize him. Before you fall under his spell.
Oh boy. Oh dear indeed. This is like a... It's like I've been captured by a fairy. I'm in a fae realm. Don't but I already ate something, right? I already ate dinner, so that means I'm here forever. That's how the fairy tales work.
Good morning, Mr. Webb.
Ooh, telescope.
I often can't find any sleep at night. Then I like to observe the stars through my telescope. Just hand over the contracts and we can get straight to work. Enough for today. We're making good progress here. See you later at dinner.
See you there.
We'll see each other at dinner.
Can't go that way. Can I go this way? Nope. Apparently I cannot.
How may I be of service?
What's for dinner today?
Mashed neeps.
Sounds delicious.
Neeps? What are neeps? Turnips?
What do you recommend to drink?
We've got a decent selection of red wine. Just don't drink the tap water.
Why shouldn't I?
Well, the water in this area is a bit limey.
May I ask you a personal question, Declan?
Certainly, sir.
Do you like working for Mr. Brown?
Well, he's a good man, I guess.
Have you ever thought about quitting your job?
Excuse me.
Come work for me.
Do you think about leaving this house?
It's not that easy.
I will take care of it, but I need your help.
What should I do?
Can you provide me some sort of weapon?
Well, there are plenty of knives in the kitchen.
That should do.
Meet me tomorrow at this place. We have to eat dinner now.
How was work?
Mr. Webb is a tough negotiating partner, but I'm confident that we can conclude an agreement.
We'll find a solution for our problem soon.
Yeah. Oh boy.
You're our only chance.
Don't worry. It will be over soon.
I'm afraid it may already be too late.
See, I'm not sure if I can trust her, to be honest.
Mr. Webb, what are you up to?
I
knew it all the time, but it won't work. You hear me?
Mr. Brown.
Declan.
I didn't do anything wrong, sir.
It's me who decides about that. Come to my room after dinner.
No, sir. Please.
Shit. I should have saved. Does it even... Hold on. Does this even... Oh, okay. Okay, good.
Here it is.
Thank you, Declan. Be prepared to leave this house soon.
I just hope that it works.
A kniffy.
I don't need an umbrella at the moment. See you later.
Oh, I just realized. Huh, that's cool. Yay. Okay, so that reflection isn't quite reflecting properly, but it's a good effort. Hello.
I've got to work on something different at the moment. Please come back later. Please. I often. I've got. Please.
What if I stab you? That easy, huh?
He's dead. He's... Let's get out of here.
Can we really leave now, Mummy?
I think it's already too late for him.
Oh god.
No, not again. Oh, I'm so thirsty.
Let's have dinner.
Whoa.
Welcome, Mr. Fowler. Mr. Webb is already awaiting you. You will find him in his office, down the hallway.
Thank you.
Have a pleasant stay, sir.
Wait. I'm Mr. Fowler now. Oh, that's distressing. Hello, Nasha Sierra. This game is red. It is very red and very yellow.
He awaits you in his office.
I don't need...
Oh, man.
Mr. Webb?
Nice to meet you, Mr. Fowler. Did you have a nice arrival?
Yes, but...
You look hungry. But before we eat, you have to meet the other guests.
Guests?
I'd like to introduce you to Miss April Merritt. April, this is my business partner, Mr. Fowler.
Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure.
This is her daughter, Josie.
Hello, sir.
And you already met my butler, Declan, over there.
Very well.
Let's have dinner. Delicious. What do you think, Mr. Fowler?
I am really tired.
That's hardly surprising. You had an exhausting day, and we've got a lot of work to do. We'll see each other tomorrow. Just come to my office when you're ready.
I will guide Mr. Fowler to his room then.
All right.
Should I stay here? With Mr. Webb?
Oh, be right back, okay? Your room is upstairs. Second door on the left.
Have a good night.
Sleep well.
I'm just gonna pretend like everything is fine.
I don't need an umbrella at the moment.
Oh. Neat.
Good morning, Mr. Fowler. Just hand over the contracts and we can get straight to work. Enough for today. We're making good progress here. See you later at dinner.
See you there.
We'll see.
Voices in my head
What?
screaming the name of a long-forgotten past. They're threatening me. This shell is built to last. Hear me out, this ain't over soon. Day in and day out, we feast at noon. The final contract might get you out. Go figure what it's about. If I can leave, then you can too. No men, no women, no innocent daughter. They'll have to see this through. It may have started out with a sip of the water.
Huh.
Another day, another night, another sip, another bite. I can feel the many feet marching out as I'm complete. It's getting worse, the feeling inside. Got nowhere to run, no place to hide. And I can feel the many feet marching out as I'm complete.
Well. Well, I'm thoroughly freaked out.
How may I be of service?
What's for dinner today?
Lamb and kidney pie.
Very well. See you later.
We'll see.
How do I go to dinner? Do I have to talk to Declan about it?
How may...
What do you recommend to drink?
We've got a decent selection of red wine. Just don't drink the tap water.
Why shouldn't I?
Well, the water in this area is a bit limey.
See you later. I don't need an umbrella at the moment.
Man, Declan's hotspot is all the way across this wall.
He doesn't need the contracts. I better keep the documents to myself.
There's nowhere else I can go, really?
How may I...
May I ask you a personal question, Declan?
Certainly, sir.
Have you ever thought about quitting your job?
Excuse me?
Do you think about leaving this house?
It's not that easy.
I will take care of it, but I need your help.
What should I do?
See you later. I don't...
How may I...
Can you provide me some sort of weapon?
Well, there are plenty of knives in the kitchen.
That should do.
Meet me tomorrow at this place. We have to eat dinner now.
How was work?
Mr. Fowler is a tough negotiating partner, but I'm confident that we can conclude an agreement.
We'll find a solution for our problem soon.
You're our only chance.
Don't worry. It will be over soon.
I'm afraid it may already be too late.
I often can't find... Then I've got to work on please. I've got please.
That doesn't work.
I don't see how this is going to get me anywhere other than my first attempt.
Here it is.
But he didn't come out and... Oh.
Can you give me one more knife?
Here you go.
Thank you, Declan. Be prepared to leave this house soon.
I just hope that it works.
I have 2 knives now. Huh. Knife mirror? Knife Declan? Oh, jeez. Oh, my sub notification scared me. Thank you for the sub, Nostermite. Much appreciated. What happens if I stab Declan?
I don't want to hurt him.
Okay. Can't stab Declan. Good to know. Can I... Ooh. What if I...
I concealed a knife inside the umbrella stand.
Ah. Can I do that again?
There already is a knife hidden inside the umbrella stand. I'll keep this one.
Okay. Okay. So now what I'm thinking is I won't be able to do it in this loop, but in the next one maybe. I think since I have concealed that knife, the next person who gets into this situation can just grab it without talking to anybody.
I've got to work on some. Please.
Okay. Stabby. And then I think I will also become the next owl.
He's dead. Let's get out of here.
Can we really leave now, Mummy?
I think it's already too late for him.
No, not again. Oh, I'm so thirsty.
Let's have dinner.
Welcome, Mr. Chambers.
Oh, jeez.
Mr. Fowler is already awaiting you. You will find him in his office, down the hallway.
Thank you.
Have a pleasant stay, sir.
This place looks strangely familiar.
Now we're in the mirror world. This is cool.
He awaits you in his office.
What if I... Let's see. Probably not, but let's see what happens.
There is a knife hidden inside the umbrella stand.
Okay.
I don't want to hurt him.
I'm just gonna go stabby immediately. Yeah, what happens if I just... Can I put it back in the umbrella stand?
I concealed a knife inside the umbrella stand.
Okay.
There is a knife.
Okay, yeah, what happens if I just stab him right away? I probably can't. Can I? Oh, I can. All right. Great. Instant murder.
He's dead. Let's get out of here.
Can we really leave now, Mummy?
Yes, my dear. This creature won't detain us any longer. We'll leave this nightmare and never look back.
Oh. Cool.
Voices in my head, they scream in the name of a long
All right.
forgotten.
Stabbing him right away was the right move.
This shell is built to last. Hear me out, this ain't over soon. Day in and day out, we feast at noon. The final contract might get you out. Go figure what it's about.
The final contract, though.
If I can leave, then you can too. No men, no women, no innocent daughter. They'll have to see this through. It may have started out with a sip of the water.
I wonder if there are other endings.
Another day, another night, another sip, another bite. I can feel the many feet marching out as I'm complete. It's getting worse, the fear. out as I'm complete.
Let's have dinner.
Yes. You're not the first person to tell me that. I fully believe that yes, I would dig Case of the Golden Idol. Dude. I'm really curious if there are other endings. I don't want to spoil myself though. Okay. I'm not gonna look too deeply into that. Let's see, what time is it? It's 10. I've been streaming for an hour or so. Should I do maybe one more game? What about this one? Let's see. This one might end up being longer, but maybe I'll do more of this if I don't end up... Okay, well, let's at least set it up. Okay, one more game. Okay, this I actually did not set this one up before streaming because I wasn't sure how long the other two would be. But yeah, give me a sec. Let me set this up. Oh, that is very tiny. Well, I can work with that. Un momento. It's so small. Very small. Let's embiggen that. Again, rad music. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. Okay. This is called The Deed. We are going to play the intro. Oh, well, there's full screen. I'll just play it like this. It's fine. Scotland, November 1945. Well, maybe I will full screen this. My name is Aaron Bruce, son of Malcolm Bruce and rightful heir to Dunshiel House. I have recently discovered that my tyrant of a father intends to disinherit me in favor of my deranged younger sister. My relationship with my family is strained, to say the least. I have decided that the time has come for my sister to be removed from this ghastly equation. I intend to put her out of her misery. Unfortunately, my sister never leaves the confines of Dunshiel House, which makes the matter more complicated. I have not visited the family home in quite some time. I can't bear to be in that hellhole for long. However, my presence on the night of my father's 50th birthday will cause no suspicion. I must choose the timing and method of the deed very carefully. Tonight is the night. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Oh, absolutely. Arguably, I'm the bad guy in all of these games. Well, not so much the second one. Bloody hell, George. Who has been responsible for maintaining the gardens? Used to be Big Jack Willis, sir. He's been dead almost a year now. Aww. I do a little here and there. Can't do much on account of my bad back, though. My sister hasn't offered to help you, then? Miss Jennifer isn't really the outdoor type, sir. I know, George. It was a joke. Very funny, sir. Let's go inside before the ocean comes to Dunshield. Homecoming. Converse with your relatives and search the house for useful objects. Objects are divided into two categories, items of evidence and weapons. You will only be allowed to pick up 2 objects from around the house before dinner commences, so choose wisely. Oh, interesting. After dinner, you will have the chance to plant an item of evidence if you wish, and then commit the murder. There are many ways to do the deed, but only the cunning will succeed. Oh, this should be fun. Okay, I may open this up for chat, like, if you want to suggest how I should do things. Yes, Overboard is also on my list. I really should play more of, Oh god. I didn't even notice that. Wow. Right. Yeah, I should check out more of Inkle's stuff, because basically everything they do is awesome, and I absolutely loved Heaven's Vault, and I really should play 80 Days, and yeah, Overboard, and Pendragon. Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Aaron. May I take your coat? I mean, I think I have to. Only if I can take your dress. Certainly, my dear, but only if I can take your dress. Mr. Aaron, that's no way to talk to a lady. Mr. Aaron was just making a little joke, George. It's fine. But he can't talk to... It's fine, George. Please let me take your coat. You're new, aren't you? Sophia is my name. I recognize you from your pictures, Mr. Aaron. I'm not new, exactly. I've been employed by your family for almost a year. It's just that you've never visited before. Oh, I'm sure it is, yeah, like, depending, like, we're talking, like, Colonel's Bequest, or not Colonel's Bequest, well, that too, but, Dagger of Amun-Ra, probably just, like, all kinds of ways to screw up and implicate yourself. I don't get along with my family. My family and I have not always been on the best of terms, as I'm sure you are aware. I may have heard a few things which gave me that impression. I hope that it's all in the past now, at least. You are here now, and I'm sure you are eager to meet with the others. Your father is in the library on your left, and your mother is in the parlor, which is on your right. Your sister is upstairs in her room, I think. And where can I find you, my pretty? And what if I want to join you for some pleasant company? Oh, I will be in the kitchen preparing dinner. I'll sound the bell when dinner is served. All right, then. Your mother has always kept the house populated with a great many plants. I totally forgot. Oh, that's not what I want. Oh, there we go. Save game. Items, weapons. I have none. You recall this old grandfather clock very well from your childhood. You used to believe that if it ever stopped ticking, time itself might stop moving. This portrait of one of your ancestors dates from the 15th century, if you recall your father's lessons correctly. Can I leave? I can. Oh. Even now, the familiar, musty smell of your father's library fills you with dread as you step inside. You have too many bad memories of this room. These shelves are labeled Arts and Culture. These shelves are labeled British History. It is a dark and stormy night. This is a hefty tome of Bruce family history. You feel sleepy just looking at it. Your father's best friend, a hunting dog named Beastie. The dog looks at you for a moment, then walks away when it realizes you have no food. The desk lamp provides a soft glow. Oh. When your father isn't looking, you quietly open the top drawer of the desk and take a look inside. It seems to be filled with his memorabilia. One of the items sends a shiver through your bones. The cruel leather toss your father used to beat you with when you were a child. I don't know that word. Perhaps if you planted it in the right place, it might raise questions. Let's leave it alone for now. But I'll keep that in mind. Yes, this is intended to be very British, and I'm not doing the accent. Get away, boy. That chair is for the dog. Wow. Hello, Father. Your father remains silent for several moments, and a chill seems to pass through the library. When he finally speaks, it is in a quiet and bitter tone. You told me you'd never enter this house again, boy. Why are you here? To see you, of course, Father. Happy birthday. It's obvious why I'm here. I want to put all that unpleasantness behind us and wish you a happy 50th birthday. Happy. You honestly think this is a happy day for me? Another day when I can watch my life's work crumble into nothing. Another day to see our bloodline slit its own throat. You know how to make me happy. Move back to Dunshield. Take your proper place and do your damn duty. I will consider it if my sister is put into care. If I were to move back to Dunshield, I would have certain expectations. Oh? And what expectations would those be? Firstly, I refuse to suffer your daily insults. You will need to learn to be more decent towards me. Secondly, I want my sister to be put into care where she belongs. I cannot live with her insanity for another day. Apologies in advance for probably terrible depictions of mental illness and terrible treatment of the mentally ill. Ugh. You would like that, wouldn't you, you obnoxious little shit? Selling out your own blood? Those are my terms. Well, you know what you can do with your terms. The nerve of you. You're the same snot-nosed brat you always were, boy. Obviously, I didn't give you enough discipline as a child. Oh, you beat me plenty, I remember. You gave me dozens of beatings, Father. I remember every single one of them. Did you ever consider trying another method, perhaps? Not for a moment. You were always a snide little weasel. The best I could do was to beat some of it out of you. You should be thanking me for it, not trying to condemn me. I think I've heard enough from you. Get out of here. Well, what a lovely pair of people these two are. I don't have anything else to say to you, boy. Okay. The wooden side table is currently empty. This old stone fireplace has nothing to interest you. One of your mother's prized golden candlesticks sits at the center of the table. It would certainly make for an elegant, traditional murder weapon. Walking into the pantry, you begin to salivate at the promising scent of roast beef coming from the kitchen beyond. There is nothing notable about this barrel. You find nothing interesting in the drawers. On top of the cabinet, however, you see a blue box marked rat poison. You find nothing of particular interest among the items in this cabinet of the pantry. This is like Clue, but from the other side. There's nothing especially notable about this fireplace. Please don't touch that. You don't think you'll be needing any bread. It seems the maid has left a sharp kitchen knife unattended. How foolish of her. You have no reason to interfere with the saucepans and crockery. Oh, hello, Mr. Aaron. Is there something I can do for you? God. We're just gonna be horrible. A horrible lech towards Sophia. I'm sure you can do lots of things for me, lovely. Yes, there is something you can do for me. You can pucker up those pretty lips of yours and give me a kiss. Mr. Aaron, please. That is highly inappropriate. Okay, now we're getting gross. Nope. I can get you fired, you know. I think it's up to your employer to determine what is inappropriate behavior. It would be a shame if that employment was to terminate suddenly. Are you trying to blackmail me? Very well then, Mr. Aaron. Go and speak with your father if you wish. I can only swear to tell the truth when asked. I'm sorry, I must get back to work now. I will ring the bell when dinner is ready. I mean, I didn't have to do that. I'm sorry. Like, there was a line there, and I went to that line, and I was like, I feel bad crossing this line. The maid gives you an exasperated glance as she moves some pots and pans around. She's obviously too busy for any more idle chatter. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm probably gonna, like, I'm pretty sure I'm doing everything wrong in this playthrough, and that's fine. Yeah. None of these books interest you. You manage to force open the locked drawer of the writing desk. Inside, you find pages of poetry penned in your sister's handwriting. They seem to be love letters penned to an unidentified female. From the descriptions, you would guess it's the new maid. Interesting. Ooh! Okay. Spicy. You decide that now is not the time for lounging around. There is work to be done. An assortment of family records and heirlooms are contained within this ornate glass cabinet. Oh. What? Oh, flashback. I don't know. Of course you do. Use that head for once, boy. Great Uncle Thomas? What initials do you see on that silverware? CB. And what kind of halfwit spells Thomas with a C? Oh, you know, Great Uncle Thomas. I don't know. Well, I do. It's the kind of halfwit that's standing next to me. Now, which of your ancestors owned that silver chalice? If you get this one wrong, there will be serious consequences, boy. I'll say one thing for my father. His style of parenting has always been consistent. This is definitely a hurt people situation. Hey, Gritstar! Happy Halloween. Thomas, cousin of Cthulhu. Yeah! Makes perfect sense. There's nothing on this old lectern. This is the groundskeeper's cupboard. George seems to have left it open. Among the various household tools, you spot a thick length of rope. Strangulation is certainly a tried and tested method of murder. Ooh. Well, I have an idea. It's not a pleasant idea, but, I mean, nothing about this game is going to be pleasant. This dusty old wine cellar is where your father likes to practice billiards. The laundry room is next door, and beyond that, the servants' quarters. This antique map of Kansas City was a gift to your father from one of his distant cousins. An offshoot of the Bruce family set sail for the Americas almost 100 years ago and remain there to this day. A billiards cue belonging to your father lies across the table. This could certainly serve as an unorthodox murder weapon. Can't I? What I want to do is kill other... I don't want to kill my sister, I want to kill my father. He sucks. I suspect I can't do that, though. Your father always keeps an impressive amount of wine stocked in the house. No greater grief than to remember days of joy when misery is at hand. Yeah, with enough persistence, everything is a murder weapon. 2 pairs of shoes, freshly polished. You find nothing of interest among the maid supplies. No, she didn't! She does not deserve to be murdered. There's nothing in here but wet laundry. The only, literally the only reason I'm killing her is because I'm jealous. And greedy. You find nothing in these drawers but useless cleaning supplies. Hey, cleaning supplies can be a murder weapon. Got any bleach? Totally kill someone with some bleach. This is certainly not the time for sitting around. You aren't in the habit of sleeping in the servants' quarters. You can't go rummaging through George's drawers while he's watching you. Yes, I can. Watch me. Oh, it's you, sir. Drano, yeah. Or in the cat lady. Or, Phantasmagoria. Don and his drain cleaner. You seem annoyed about something. I don't like the way you spoke to Sophia just now. Frankly, I am quite shocked and disgusted, sir. Come on, I was only having a bit of fun. Don't tell me you've ever flirted with a pretty piece of skirt. There's no harm in it. Even if you're right, there is a time and a place for everything. It seems you have a lot to learn about being a man, sir. Unfortunately, it's not my place to teach you. This conversation is over. Dang! See, that's what you do. You call your guy friends out on their shitty behavior. George, being a stand-up dude over here. George doesn't look like he's willing to communicate further. George, you're a good guy. Yeah, hashtag ally. Yes, exactly. You did indeed get told. There's nothing in these drawers but clothes belonging to the maid. The maid's bed is immaculately well made. What do you got? A broken mirror sits upon the maid's desk. Odds are that it belongs to your sister, and the maid has been hiding it here after accidentally breaking it. She didn't hide it very well. A shard of glass from the mirror would be a poetic murder weapon. I mean, you could have at least stuck it in a drawer or something, but no, just out there on the surface. Come on, Sophia, do better than that. You don't need to make any phone calls right now. The most beloved of all your mother's possessions, her rusty old gramophone used to play all of her favorite records. You glance over your shoulder to make sure your mother isn't looking. The red book on the desk says diary on the front. So, Aaron. Wow. She does not look like an old woman. You finally managed to make it up here for a visit. Please tell me you aren't just here to cause trouble. Whatever do you mean? I have no idea what you mean, Mother. I'm here to celebrate Father's birthday is all. I certainly hope that is the case. This family has been through enough. Have you been up to see your sister yet? She has been going through an unusually difficult time recently. Christ, what's wrong with her this time? Oh, and what disease has she invented for herself now? She only does it for attention, you know. You shouldn't let her deceive you. This music is great. You'll excuse me if I choose to trust the doctors over your expert opinion, Aaron. You could at least pretend as though you care about her. Anyway, you should go and talk to your father if you haven't already. Wish him a happy birthday. Oh, and at least try to sound like you mean it. Your mother's listening to her music. You know better than to disturb her again. Actually, hold on. Can I... Can I take her diary? Oh, okay. So I guess the diary is I guess it's evidence. I want to read it though. All right. Well, let's talk to my sister then. This ornate lamp is of no use to you. Another of your mother's blasted plants. A familiar portrait of your great-uncle, Thomas Bruce, who was a highly respected author. You look at your reflection in the mirror. Funny, you don't look much like a murderer. Well, I'm not one yet. Mother says dinner is ready. Go away, little rat. Jennifer, what are you doing? Why do you stare at your reflection like that? Stop making fun of me. I'm not making fun. I really want to know. I just wish that... What, Jennifer? What do you wish? I wish you'd go drown in a lake. Mother's waiting for you. My sister's obsession with mirrors goes right back to her childhood. I never did understand why. That might be important. Your parents' room has not changed in years. It remains a frozen time capsule of a childhood you would sooner forget. You go through the wardrobe but find nothing apart from clothes and your mother's excessive collection of jewelry. It is only once you slide the top drawer open that you remember this is where your father keeps his shotgun. The shiny barrel almost seems to call out to you. Guns are certainly noisy but efficient weapons. It's just an old chair. Oh, it's a flashback chair. George said you wanted to see me, Mother. Yes. Your sister will not be returning to St. Mary's this year, Aaron. Her condition has become too serious. I see. Have you nothing to say besides that, Aaron? No, nothing. This is precisely what I wanted to talk to you about. This silly feud with your sister must stop. Why do you think her condition keeps getting worse? Perhaps it's because you refuse to even acknowledge her. She killed Henry. For heaven's sake, Aaron, it was only a rat. He was my friend. I should never have allowed you to keep it in the first place. If you must blame someone, blame me. Will you forgive your sister? Never. Very well, Aaron, you leave me no choice. I will have to speak to your father about this. This house always brings back far too many memories. Rat poison would also probably be a poetically appropriate murder weapon. You get down on all fours and peek underneath your parents' bed, but find nothing under there. Although rat poison might also, like, point the finger straight at me. You enter the surreal atmosphere of your sister's room. Mirrors of various sizes cover the walls, creating the eerie illusion of a crowded space. Oh, creepy. Actually, hold on, before I talk to her. Let me go in here first. You step inside your former bedroom, now a simple guest room. Most of your old furniture has vanished, probably thrown on a bonfire knowing your father. Ah, the old bed. So many memories of long, sleepless nights spent wishing that your entire family would disappear. Your bedside table has been emptied of whatever items you had left behind. The clock is ticking. This wardrobe is vacant and barren. There's at least one item of yours remaining in your former room, your old fencing sword. At least this is a weapon with which you are very well practiced. I know, right? Such a wholesome atmosphere. You don't have time to sit around and dig up old memories. Apparently I do. I have flashbacks all over the place over here. Alright. So many mirrors. Ornate clocks are your sister's third love, right behind mirrors and cruelty. There is nothing of interest around your sister's bed. You don't want to sit around in this deranged place. Your sister is too busy staring at herself in the mirror to notice you rifling through her wardrobe. You find a pair of silky undergarments with her initials embroidered on the inside. Planted in the right place, these might weave a tale of their own. Oh my! Aha! I thought I smelled a rat. Have you come to see me, little rat? It takes a rat to smell a rat. My, you do have a keen sense of smell if you notice my scent. Perhaps you are the rat here. I am nothing like a rat. Filthy, filthy creatures. You used to have a pet rat, didn't you? Remember what I did to him? Oh, how he squeaked. Such great pain for such a little creature. What did you want to talk to me about, little rat? I see you're still collecting mirrors. I just came to see how your mirror collection is getting on. How many do you have now? 73. Can you use all of them at once? Of course not. What a silly question. Are you making fun of my mirrors, little rat? You better not be. Go away. I don't want to speak to you anymore. Your sister has gone back to studying her own reflection in the mirror, completely oblivious to anything else in the world. Okay. So, I have an idea of what I might want to do, but do you folks have any thoughts on... You can't leave now, there is work to be done. On what weapon I should use and what evidence I should use. Anything you'd like to see in particular? Because I think once I pick up those two items, it'll probably be dinner time, and then I'll probably do the deed, I guess. Where was... I gotta remember where the things I wanted to grab were. Not here. There are a lot of options. I don't remember what they all are. I'd have to go through the entire house again. Let's see what we got. Okay, right. We have the leather toss, which I assume was like a belt or something. I don't know. I actually don't know what that word means. I've never seen that word before. Thing for beating people. We got rat poison. We got a knife. Rat poison and underwear. I mean, it doesn't have to be a winning combo. There is a rope somewhere that I want to get. My idea is rope and the love letters. And make it look like a suicide. Where were the love letters? where was the rope? I don't remember where anything was. Okay, rat poison. Knife. Okay, there's the yeah, love letters. All right. Okay, we're going to take the most intimate and lovelorn poem you can find and hide it on your person. If planted in the right location, this could raise interesting questions about the maid's relationship with your sister. Was the rope down here somewhere? Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah. Rope. Take the length of rope and hide it on your person. This will be useful when the time comes. Again, a bell invites me. This time to dinner, it seems. Dinner is served. Sophia, could you come here a moment? Yes, ma'am? Pour me some more wine. Yes, ma'am. But madam, oh, what is it, George? I must protest. It has always been my duty to pour the wine at dinner. Oh, well, I don't want to cause any trouble. Nonsense. What does it matter, George? Stop being overly pedantic. But I... He just wants to look down your dress. I'm afraid George just enjoys the view while pouring the wine, Mother. What? I never... I've noticed him staring at your breasts on many occasions when he does it. Jennifer's, too. That's a lie! Aaron, please, don't make up such stories. I don't know where you get the nerve, boy. Don't worry, George, I don't believe this for a moment. Thank you, sir. An interfering little rat, isn't he, Daddy? Yes, he is. Why can't you ever keep your mouth shut, boy? Now, don't lose your temper, Father. Careful, Father, there's no need to make a scene at dinner. I'll show you a scene. Get over here. Malcolm, please, let's not permit his behavior to ruin dinner. Yes, I suppose you're right. You can count your lucky stars, boy. Sophia, could you come here, please? Yes, Miss Jennifer? I just wanted to say that was the loveliest meal I've ever tasted. I don't know how you do it, you cunning pixie. You are too kind, miss. Of course I will have tea and cakes for you in the drawing room as usual after dinner. Oh, you are so good to me, you sweet thing. So very, very good to me. Oh my god, I'm gonna continue being gross, I'm sorry. I wouldn't mind some of your hot cakes. And why haven't I been offered a serving of your sweet buns, Sophia? Aaron, leave the poor girl alone. Anyway, let's not forget why we are here today. To celebrate your father's birthday. Such a very important occasion for us all. You are so dear to us, Malcolm. Happy birthday, Daddy. Indeed. Happy birthday, Father. Let's hope it'll be one to remember. Now it is the time to quickly plant any items of evidence you have. To do so, simply enter the desired room and select the item in your inventory. When you are ready, enter the drawing room to do the deed. Okay, so we are going to... I'm going to place those letters in Jennifer's room. Actually, hold on. Save first. Poem. A bad love poem written by your sister for the maid. Come hither, thou sweet and flame-haired maiden. Let us play the games which have been forbidden. That's not a word. In dusty old rooms of this home in which I live in. Come hither to me and do my sweet bidding. You find yourself unable to continue reading this poem. You're pretty sure that forbidden isn't a word, and the rest doesn't really rhyme. Do you want to plant this item of evidence in this room? Yes. You decide that your sister's wardrobe is the ideal location to plant some evidence. The police will definitely search this room thoroughly. I guess it could also... actually, maybe the... Maybe the maid's room might have been a better idea. Well, we'll see what happens. Okay, and then I guess I gotta go... kill my sister. Yes. Okay. I don't think I can talk to anybody else, can I? No, I guess not. Wait, can I? George isn't in his room anymore. That's not George's room. Can I look through his stuff now? No, this is no time for rummaging through drawers. You have a murder to commit. Oh, fine. Fine. I guess I'll go commit murder. Yeah. Creepy music for sure. Are you sure you want to enter the drawing room? Once inside, there's no turning back. Let's do it! You see Jennifer staring out of the window ahead of you, lost in one of her strange moods. She has noticed you enter the drawing room. Now is the time. Oh, this is a weapon, not a piece of evidence. You may need it. Choose the murder weapon. Oh, I can do it with my bare hands. That's cool. Holding the rope in both hands, you creep up behind your sister and pull the noose over her head. She gasps and begins to struggle, but you hold it tight around her neck. It takes some time before she finally goes limp. You let her drop to the floor with a rope still around her neck. Someone might have heard the sound of that struggle. It's time to get out of this room. Whoop, 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 whoop. Where am I going? Oh, I'm timed. There's a time. It sounds like my deed has been discovered. Oh, I guess theoretically you could just stay in there and immediately be accused of murder, I guess. Well, let's see what happens. Good evening, everyone. I am Chief Inspector Winston Lewis. I understand that this is a difficult time for your family. You're damn right it is. I want to know what you're doing wasting time out in here while my daughter's killer is still out there. Well, Mr. Bruce, we have found no evidence of forced entry, and nobody was seen entering or leaving the house. It would seem entirely possible, then, that the killer is in this room. What? No! That seems highly unlikely, Inspector. Perhaps it is. However, in order to follow protocol, I will have to interview each of you in turn. Mrs. Bruce, would you like to meet me in the library first? I suppose so. I guess, also how you talk to people will probably determine your trustworthiness and the likelihood that you'll be accused of murder, probably. Thank you for joining me in here, Mr. Bruce. I'm sure this won't take long. Before we begin, I will need to search your person. Best to get these formalities out of the way. Is this really necessary? I'm afraid so. Turn around, please. Well, now that's out of the way, let's move on to the interview. As you know, I've already spoken to everyone else who was present in the house at the time of your sister's death. We've also now completed our initial search of the house, but we'll get to that later. Let's start from the beginning, shall we? First of all, we will run through all of your activities since your arrival. The maid says that you and the butler arrived shortly after 7 o'clock, and she greeted you at the door. She says that you mentioned during your conversation that you were not on good terms with your family. It's no secret that I detest my family. You should already know by now that I can't stand my family. That doesn't mean I killed my sister. Of course not, Mr. Bruce, but it's worth noting, wouldn't you agree? The maid says that you made several lewd comments and advances towards her during your conversation. This leads me to question your character, I'm afraid. Oh, God. Of course I did. Have you seen the maid? Absolutely. Wouldn't you have done the same? She's a pretty little thing, after all. No, I can't say I would have. It's worth noting that the butler has also commented on your inappropriate behavior towards the maid. Later, you went to speak to the maid again, which is curious. Why did you decide to visit the kitchen? Isn't it obvious? I was pursuing the maid. Why do you think? I want to see more of the maid. A lot more. I see. You'll forgive me for suggesting that seems rather lecherous. She claims that you made sexual advances towards her and threatened to have her fired if she didn't obey your demands. God, I am such a garbage person. You can't blame me for trying, can you? Well, I had to use all the cards on my deck, if you catch my drift. So you admit that you attempted to blackmail her for sexual favors? Well, yes. Frankly, I'm speechless. Later on, you had a conversation with your mother, Gloria, in the parlor. At that time, your mother brought up the subject of your sister's health, and you seemed quite unconcerned about it. I was tired of hearing about my sister's health. All my life I've been hearing about my sister's condition. It gets rather tiresome. I see. Still, it seems a bit uncaring of you. You went to see your father in the library. I understand your conversation became quite heated. Of course it did. My father's an irritating man. My father is impossible. Our conversations often become heated. I see. It caused you to lose your temper, then. You discussed the prospect of your moving back to Dunshiel. You said you would only move back if your sister was placed into psychiatric care. For her own well-being, of course. I had her own best interests at heart. She belonged in care. You may be right, Mr. Bruce. However, you seem to be the only one who felt that way. I mean, which just proves that I'm the only one who cares about her, right? Everyone else in the family doesn't give a shit. Let's discuss your conversation with the butler. As I understand it, he confronted you about your earlier behavior with the maid. I understand that you defended your actions by stating that you were simply having a bit of fun. Do you often have fun at the expense of others, Mr. Bruce? Oh my god. Why have I committed myself to choosing the worst, grossest options? Why have I done this? I'm sorry. Only girls who insist on being teases. Oh god. Ugh. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Why have I done this? I only have fun at the expense of floozies who like to play hard to get. Mr. Bruce, I find that quite shocking. Did you speak to your sister before dinner? Yes, I did. Yes, I went to her room to see her. I see. And what did you discuss with her? We discussed her illness and her obsessions. We spoke about her condition. I was aware that she was going through a particularly difficult time. Did she seem distressed to you? Yes, you could say that. She was not in a good place, mentally speaking. I see. Let's move on to the events that took place during dinner. I understand that during dinner you made an unseemly accusation towards the butler. Yes, his perverted behavior is quite unseemly. Pot kettle. I felt I had to comment. His blatant leering at the women in this house had gone on for far too long. I see. Did he ever leer at your sister? All the time. Interesting. I gather that your father rather lost his temper at one point. Just the usual. He always loses his temper. That was nothing out of the ordinary. Your father often loses his temper at dinner? My father loses his temper no matter where he is. I see. Apparently you made a rather lecherous comment towards the maid. Of course. She's a real stunner, that girl. Obviously, she can bend over my plate any time. God. Mr. Bruce, please keep your vulgar thoughts to yourself. Never. Now I need to ascertain your location at the time of your sister's death. Where were you when you heard the maid scream? Upstairs, the landing. I was on the upstairs landing. I see, thank you. As I said earlier, we have completed our initial search of the property. We found a poem written by your sister which appears to clearly express romantic feelings towards the maid. However, from where we found the poem, there is no reason for us to believe the maid was aware of those feelings. It is entirely possible that these feelings of unrequited love contributed to your sister's demise, though. That's what I was going for. I am curious about the murder weapon. The rope which was used to strangle your sister came out of Butler's cupboard, which is generally kept locked, I believe. Suicide is a possibility. She may have tried to hang herself, and the rope came loose, causing her to fall to the floor. It is all very interesting. I will be completely honest with you now, Mr. Bruce. Frankly, your behavior leading up to your sister's death concerns me a great deal. While there is some suspicion regarding your father, I don't currently regard him as a serious suspect. Additionally, I think it is entirely possible that the butler was somehow involved. The butler did it! The possibility of suicide must be considered, although I am personally unconvinced. Now, as for what happens next, I am placing you under arrest on suspicion of the murder of your sister. Aw, crap. I will ask the butler to come to the station to answer some more questions tomorrow. It is possible that an inquest might return a verdict of suicide. We'll see. Oh. As the only person to be arrested, you remain the prime suspect in the case. The evidence against you was overwhelming. At the trial, it did not take very long for the jury to return a guilty verdict. You were given the life sentence for the murder of your sister and would be spending the rest of your life sleeping behind bars. In your dank little cell, there was nowhere to hide or to escape from the nightmares when they came. The deed itself had taken possession of your soul, and perhaps this was her final revenge. Okay. Well, that did not end well. Probably for the best, honestly, because, yeah, I was playing a garbage person. But, that was interesting. That's a fun little experiment, and I might play that some more. Not tonight, though. I think that's enough for tonight. But yeah, I'm interested. I'm intrigued to see what other situations I can cook up with that stuff. Yeah. So at least this shithead murderer was coming to him. Cool. So that was fun. All right. Yeah, thank you for coming, everyone. Hope you had a good time tonight. Hope you had a good Halloween, safe and spooky, and that you ate exactly as much candy as you wanted to, which includes none. And I will probably not be streaming tomorrow, because Thursday I gotta get up early, because I have a flight that day. And then, I'll be back from my trip next Monday evening, and then Tuesday. We'll see how I'm feeling. We'll see how jet lagged I am on Tuesday, and if I'm feeling up to streaming. I might not be, and if not, oh well. So I might see you next week during my usual stream time. If not, then the week after that, probably. Let's see if anybody is streaming. Thank you. I'm nervous and excited. I'm going to Adventure X. And I hope I will not do anything stupid. What are you streaming? Not a lot of people doing the streaming thing right now, so I think I'll just sign off. Not gonna rate anybody. And but yeah, thanks for coming by, everyone. Take care of yourselves. Have a good night. I'll see you around. Bye.